Hey everybody, Refresh Talk is out right now. You can catch new episodes on Apple Podcasts and YouTube. Just search Refresh Talk and Refresh Ministry. If you want to be refreshed, if you want to be filled up, if you want to talk ministry and leadership, check us out. Don't forget about Refresh Worship Night happening in Columbus, Ohio, March 18th. The Refresh team's coming together. Going to be an amazing time in worship. Don't miss it. I'll see you there.
Hey everybody, welcome to Refresh Talk. This is the next installment. I am here with some friends that you get to meet. Y'all want to introduce yourselves?
The Snyders? Or you need names?
I'm Nikki.
Kimani.
Mr. Snyder. You will refer to him as Mr. Snyder and Nikki.
Kimani would suffice.
Okay. So the Snyders are friends of mine. I've known you guys a long time, right? It's been a few years. I get the pleasure and opportunity to serve alongside them and lead with them in worship at International Christian Center. And so when we were talking about people we want to talk to, these were some people that we definitely wanted to do that with. So we're going to jump right into their story and what they're going to bring to the table today. This is the white table. Y'all heard about red table, but here we go. It's going down at the white table. So I wanted to start off with just how did you guys meet? What is the story that brought Kimani and Nikki together? I just wanted to start there. If you remember what those days were like.
Man, I saw this shorty. I said, man. Now, we met in high school. I was a couple years ahead of her in high school. And you want details or you want slim down version?
We can be as detailed as you'd like. It's totally up to you. I mean, yeah, but just want to know how you guys really got together.
The introduction happened through my sister. My sister and him were friends. They had their, their little friend group that they hung out with. And we were just friends for a little bit.
Nice.
And then...
You was keeping him at bay? He was like, nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we dated in high school and, eventually graduated. I went to college and she went to hair school and, we had a kid, pretty young.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then, eventually, obviously we got married, moved in, got a house and everything like that. I always thought of her as my wife, even before I married her. But I still had to grow in a lot of areas, what I'm saying, before I really could get that revelation. You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
But eventually it was like, yeah, that's my wife, regardless. I'm married now.
I was on my way out the door.
Oh!
Yeah.
You was like, it's do or die.
Because he was still playing. I didn't have time for it. I was on my way out. I was like, I had this little girl. I was like, nope. And then he went to church one day with a friend. He came home. He was like, this time next year, you'll be my wife. And I was like, well, whatever. And went to sleep. And then literally probably a couple weeks later, I was working in the salon, my first ever salon. And he popped up and I was like, are you for real?
That's awesome. That is awesome. So how many years married at this point?
Go ahead, because I'll mess it up.
Don't mess it up.
I knew it.
Go ahead.
So, let me see. This is 17. This will be year 17.
Come on.
July 30th, year 17.
That's awesome. Congrats. That gets an applause right there. Come on. That's a big deal.
I feel like 25 though.
Well, we've been together since 98. So I was 14, he was 16.
Wow.
I'm 38, he's 40.
She had to put your business out
I know
there
she
like
just
that.
don't throw me on out there.
Okay. So I know the Snyder family, but for those that don't know, I know you guys have a few kids. How many kids do you guys have?
We got one. No, I'm playing. Just one. Now we have four kids, 4 daughters, ranging from 6 to 18.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
How's that? What's that like? That's a house full of different problems.
That's a lot.
I would say it's like 2 sets of kids. So we have an 18 and a 16, and then we have a 10 and a 6. Right?
Really
so
like 3 sets.
Yeah. So the first set they're obviously closer. And then the second set is obviously closer, and there's like a 5 or 6 year gap. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's challenging because like even if we try to do things as a family, like the older kids don't want to go see a kiddie movie, right? And then kids can't go see, you know, a teen movie. You know what I'm saying? So we kind of gotta like, all right, you go with them, and then I'll go with them. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of making a way where there seems to be no
but
way.
You know, like we go to the movies. I'm okay with going to the kid movies because you know I like to watch the kid movies.
And you were like, I'll take the older ones.
But I'll be asleep in that.
That's tough. That's tough right there. One of the things that I wanted to talk about was marriage and ministry. Right, marriage and ministry. You guys have been together a long time. You guys have a very active family, right? You got a lot of different things, different lives, different age brackets, all of that happening. And then you kind of throw your walk with God in that, right? You throw the level of leadership that you have here at the church. Right. You throw the level of responsibility into that. How did that happen? Was that a natural progression of just being involved at church, and how did that affect home? And like I see you guys, and I see people that do a lot of juggling and balancing. Mm-hmm. So I think that's what I want to share in the conversation with people is that it's possible. I want people to know that it's possible, right? So I guess I'm just looking for like, what's that story of ministry and how that brought you guys together into that? What does that look like for you guys? How did that start?
Let's go first.
So I would say it started with me.
Okay.
Kimani was not trying to be a part of nothing
he was like, I'll show up to church.
Specifically, like when we came to ICC, like he was like, you know, I'm gonna just chill.
Okay.
In previous churches, I've always kind of like did dancing and I've always been in like choirs and stuff like that. So that part wasn't hard for me. Then when we only had 2 kids, so that wasn't hard. But I think as we had more, you know, it started to get a little harder.
Okay.
A little harder. Yeah. I think it had got to a point we were doing so much. Like, okay, I can give an example. We had a dog. Her name was Duchess, and we were so busy. At the time, I was not ready to give her up, but he was like, "We gotta give her up because it's not fair. She was in the cage all the time." Mm-hmm. And so eventually, you know, I came to, you know, grip with the dang on dog being left, you know, or going somewhere. So we ended up giving her to my mom. But we were so busy. We were doing Bible study, praise and worship, church. And then if other people in the church had stuff going on, like we was just always gone and on the go.
Yeah, yeah.
So that stuff like that was starting to get hard, and we had to make some changes.
For sure.
That makes sense. What was that thing that led you to wanting to be a part?
I think for me, so like I grew up in church, Church of God in Christ, family of preachers, you know, singers and all that stuff. But I never really thought that was my calling to be in praise and worship or that kind of role. I think that as I got older in my faith, God just really revealed that things are, he started revealing things that I could do. Like, oh, I could do that. Oh, I could do that. It was like an onion peeling back. Okay, now do this too. Like, oh, wait, you want me to pick up a guitar and play that? Okay, I'll try. And then start picking up a guitar. Well, you want me to sing in front of people? I don't like even being in front of people. Okay, I'll do that.
That's wild.
So I just like really like whatever, as long as I have like breath, like I'm an instrument for God to use. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to waste my time just sitting. I need to be he's using me as an instrument, you know, to minister to his people. So
that's awesome.
So it's something that was like, it had to be revealed to me over time. You know what I'm saying? So
and you was like, come on now.
Yeah, I kept working on them. I even think like a couple people from the church went up to him like, No, somebody asked me. I know who the somebody is. They was like, does Kimani sing? And I was like, actually he does. And then I was like, that people are asking.
I sing that R&B to her.
We know what you was singing.
My first time hearing him sing, he was playing the keyboard, piano.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
That's wild. And for those of you who know Kimani, it's weird to think of Kimani as someone who does not have a guitar in his hand and someone who was not singing every Sunday, because that's just like so normal at this point.
Because he used to think he was a rapper.
Not about.
This is exclusive. Exclusive, bro.
He used to think he was a rapper.
I had little bars. You know what I'm saying?
He did.
We all went through that phase.
It ain't gonna work out for me.
Me neither. That's good though. That's good. What does it mean? I would say it's different when you get to serve with your spouse. It hit different. And so, like, what does that mean for you guys to be able to serve together on that level? Like, does it hit different when you singing and you look over and you see your wife singing?
Mm.
Does it hit different to see him standing up there on Sunday leading people in worship? Like, what are those feelings like? What is that for you guys?
Let me go. I think for me, like sometimes, like if she's leading a song, I'm just like, look at her.
Hey, that pride, right? That's my girl.
And then sometimes, like, because Nikki expresses her emotions, like her body language and her facial expressions, you can really tell when she's in worship. So it'll make me be like, okay, because I got 50,000 things going through my mind. You know what I'm saying? And I look over at her and she's in pure worship mode. And I'm like, all right, let me get focused in. She in worship. But I'll be like, okay, all right, let me get myself together. So
that's so good.
I think for me, when I see him start to go into the prophetic, because he doesn't operate in that often, I'll be like, okay, babe, step out in your calling. Like, that's for real what your calling and gifting is. Like, go ahead and step on out in it.
That's awesome.
I'll just look over and start laughing. Like, I'll start laughing and shake my head like, okay.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I can't quite put my finger on it, but it's different. Like my wife, she's never been a part of the worship team, but my wife is a worshiper, man. Mm-hmm. And so like, I know there's been moments for me leading worship, playing, singing, and I catch her in the crowd. I'd be like, I can't sing. I'm good, like thug tear, like I don't know what it is, but it touches my heart, like, and I become very emotional. And I think it's just worship is very transparent, right? Like it's really tough to be disgenuine in worship and not be noticeable, right? Like you could point out, like that's not real. So I think when you see like a genuine worship moment for a person, it's very intimate. Right. It's like it's a vulnerable space for a person to worship freely.
And I think like especially like for men in worship, because like society as men we need to be masculine. We don't need to appear weak.
Right. I ain't soft.
We don't need to appear crying. Mm-hmm. So it is like for men leading worship, like you're vulnerable. You know what I mean? Like you're up there, you're naked. You know what
putting
I mean?
It all out there.
You're putting it all out there, and you like, okay, forget them. It's not about them. It's about him. You know what I'm saying? So you have to constantly remind yourself about that.
That's so good. That's so good. Are there some practical things that you guys did just to kind of keep everything moving? Like, is there a schedule? Is there like family? This time we're gonna do family meetings on this day. Like, how did you guys do that? Like with the juggling piece, because I only got one, right? I got one child, and I feel like between me and my wife, we be running around all over town and trying to figure out how to do ministry well, how to do life well with family, how to make sure she's taken care of, how to make sure my wife is taken care of, how to make sure we still paying all the bills. Like, it can become a lot, especially at a leadership position, right? When you're thinking like, I got to take care of this group of people as well.
Right.
I don't know. I'm just looking to see like what have you felt like you've had to overcome some of that stuff? Have you felt any of that pressure? And if you did, like, I guess what did you do about it? How did you come out of that? Or are you still figuring that out?
We're still trying to figure it out.
Okay.
I think we had figured it out, but now we have also added in a business. So
right
now I know for me, I'm still trying to figure out how to balance everything, how to balance, home life, ministry stuff, and salon stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm not just responsible for home ministry, but now I'm responsible for the people who rent space
right
in the salon. So I'm still trying to figure that piece out. We've been having this conversation often here lately. So like next week I'm taking off a couple days because I have to, one, I need a me day,
mm-hmm.
and then two, I need to figure it out. I got to put some stuff back in order because I feel like we're all over the place right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I think for me, and if I just look at the history, there were seasons where we had it together.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, obviously, when we had our older two, it was easier than 3 or 4. And then when we had a third one, if we got older two and then we got a baby, it's gonna be. It's going to be chaotic. But then eventually the baby grows up and then we're back into some kind of normality. Mm-hmm. And then we had another one in and we're back into, a crazy hickness.
That's what it is.
That's it though. But, I think like during those times, it is a challenge to juggle ministry, juggle finances, juggle, our marriage, juggling, relationships, our friends, our family. And then we do have to just, okay, what's priority? Our kids are our priority. Our marriage is our priority. And I think just in terms of our marriage, like we have to get like a vacation, just me and her together.
Yeah.
To just say, let's
Let's
leave everything behind. The kids are good. The house is everything good. Let's go and focus on me and you and just, recharge. You know what I'm saying? We have to do that like once or twice a year. You know what I'm saying? Just to refocus.
That's awesome.
But sure, like she said, it's definitely a challenge. We don't have it together all the time.
And no one does.
Right.
For anyone who's like, me neither.
To really be honest, like God keeps us and He's kept us, like because of the things that we've gone through as parents, as a married couple.
Right.
God has kept us. We could not do this by ourselves. It's not possible.
That's good.
So,
that's good. You were speaking, and I'm just reminded that I feel like God works in seasons, and so for me, like the lifespan of marriage and ministry and kids and all that stuff, there is no one right way to do it. It just depends on what season you're in.
right.
And so to me, it's like there's seasons where I got to give the church everything I got, and my wife knows that, so we shift into that together. There's seasons where my wife needs more, and so I can shift focus on that. Right. There's seasons where my kid is the focus, and she really needs that attention. Right. So everything else takes a back seat. But so I just think like you're allowed, like there's permission. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying, to figure out what is the priority in this season. And shift focuses, whether it's the salon at a moment, the whole family is focused on the salon, right? Like, and then it's like, okay, we're shifting out of that now. What is the focus, right? So I think that's a good way to think of it as well. Just like you said, there are seasons. If we got a baby and if she grows up and gets older, then things are changing now, normality and things like that. But I like that.
Right, for sure. So like during the pandemic, well, we're still in the pandemic, but during the pandemic, we were just in the house.
We don't know where we're at in it, but
right, we're just in the house, and 7 days a week, we just me and you and 4 other kids. Mm-hmm. We thought at the time that it would be a good idea to minister to married couples, where we would have conversations about marital issues or marital topics. Mm-hmm. We do a lot of traveling, so we were like, okay, let's also do some vlogging while we travel as well, and we'll have a vlog topic with another couple. So we've done things like that as well. I do think that we want to get more into marital topics this year.
Okay.
So like our YouTube is Mani and Nik on YouTube platform. So we've been doing that, and
that's awesome.
You know, so
MANI and Nick NIK.
Yeah.
It's right here. You can look at
So yeah, it's been fun. We thought that we didn't know how long we were going to be in the house, but you know,
you're still in the house.
You're still in the house.
You're still in the house.
I'm still in the house. I'm still working from home.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been fun. We've been able to feature our kids on some of the videos, and
cool.
they have fun going back and watching them and stuff like that too. So it's been pretty cool.
If you had to boil it down, what is that like? What's your why behind that? Like, what is that like? I know you said being at home,
Right.
but like the fact that you have a heart to try to help couples.
Right.
What's that why for you? Why is that important? Why did you really feel led to do that?
Want to go first?
I think for me, like, I see a lot of people saying marriage is like cliche and it's this or it's that or it's not this and it's not that. And I would like to show people like marriage actually works and can work, especially for someone like us who's been together since high school, still love each other, still in love with each other. I would like for people to see that. And then also to get like everyone's marriage is different. Everyone has a different opinion about different subjects in the marriage.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think too. Like if you turn on the TV, reality shows, all you see is just negativity about marriages. You see, you know, social media. You can see negative things. This person split with this person. They were married. You're like, dang, what happened to them? You know what I mean? And they divorced over something stupid or who knows what they divorced over. But we just thought like, hey, during this time of pandemic, let's show that we have our issues, but we work through those issues, and this is how we work through our issues. This is how we face these problems and these challenges that come against us. So
that's a huge help.
Right.
That's a huge help, and that's honestly why I wanted to have this conversation, because I knew I had seen you guys, right, and I've known you a long time, and I'm just like, man, if there's a couple that is navigating ministry and marriage and ups and downs, all with a heart to help others, right. Figure it out with you.
Right.
I thought you guys are doing an amazing job at that, so congrats.
Appreciate it.
You know, someone just asked me, we were at an event, and they were like, how long you been married? I was like, 7 years. That's not true. It was like 9 years. I just stopped counting. But yeah, so I was feeling like Kimani, like you answer. But you don't. Time flies when you're having fun. Right. But yeah, so we appreciate you. The Young Bucks appreciate you guys. How you feel about that? You all just known each other longer. But yeah, if you're good, I'm great. I appreciate you guys' time. Thank you so much. Real quick, if people want to find you, where do you want them to find you at? I know you shared the vlog info.
Yeah.
Is that the main area?
In terms of just marital stuff and travel vlog, Mani and Nik on YouTube. If you're interested in the business, the salon from a salon, her salon is Elite Beauty Boutique.
So if you're looking for a booth, whether
come on, plug
stylist, loctician, nail tech, just go to the website
www.elitebbllc.com.
Nice, and we'll make sure we put it all up in there. Make sure you check out Refresh Worship Night coming out March 18th. It's going to be a good time. I want to see you there. Thank you guys again.
Yes.
Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Cool. Give it up for the Snyders. All right, we'll see you next month, and I'll see you at the worship night.